catch by Jay Nathaniel. Touchdown, Hurricanes!
Shooter taking a shot deep. Open target. Her third. From left to right. Sets off. Oh,
Down!
watch him. He's going to set up. He's going to go for the. It fell from the sky into air and ice hit.
Week 2 continues here in the CFSL as the Kent State Golden Flashes travel to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Oregon Ducks. I'm Benny Mixon, and I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Logan Mitchell. Logan, both these teams come into this one looking to gain their first victory of the season. What do you believe will be an X factor for both of these teams?
How early Oregon can get that rushing attack established. We saw them try to lean on it heavy last week. If they get it established early, as we saw against Pitt, this Kent State defense might not be able to keep up.
As Oregon's going to be the ones with the ball first. Mo Black was the one on the kick return. Brantley Gauchi and crew looking to step back on the field for the first time this game. Last week, the offense had 368 total yards. As this one's going to be a handoff going to Tom Hendricks, but it goes for a gain of 0.
Good pressure there to get past the line. Kent State's got to keep this up if they're going to have any chance against this Oregon offense.
2nd and 10 upcoming here for Oregon as they look to go right back to the ground on this one. Tom Hendricks has a lane, and he all the way up to midfield for a 26-yard rush.
Great job there by the Oregon line, getting him a massive hole straight down the center of the field.
As with that play right there, Oregon's going to have their first opportunity up around at midfield. Hendricks last week only 27 yards, 26 yards on just a 1 carry in this one. Looking to, as this one's going to be thrown towards the sidelines going to Phillip Allen. He's got the catch along the sidelines for 15 yards and an Oregon Ducks first down.
Nice pass there by Gauchi, just getting it right on him. Oregon's really going to have to keep spreading this field out, and they're looking really good right now.
Absolutely spreading it around. They've been able to attack the sidelines and run up the middle. They're set to go here 1st and 10. They'll have the ball at the 35-yard line of the Golden Flashes. They're going to send their tight end in motion. That's Trey Stivers. As Gauchi's going to look to fire this one to his running back in the flats, but overthrows him.
Yeah, great job with the coverage by Kent State there. I'm not mad that they threw that way. That was a great read by Gauchi.
They're going to look to go out of a trips formation on this one. Give it back to Hendricks. He's got a lane up the middle, and he's going to stumble his way for 11, picking up another Oregon Ducks first down.
Great hard run there by Hendricks, and that's what you want to see out of your halfback. Just fighting to get as many yards he can.
3 carries in this one already, past his total from last week. The sophomore out of Kansas City, Missouri. Gauchi going to take to the air once more. Fires it to the right side. He's got Trey Meekins III going for it.
Yeah, great pass there and great run after the catch by Meekins III there. Let's see if Oregon can get some points here.
As it is 2nd and 1 upcoming here. They're inside the PX1 Sports red zone. Gauchi's going to look to take off, gets inside the 10, and he'll be tackled down at the 6, and it'll be 1st and goal.
A rare Gauchi run there. We didn't see as much of that last week against Toledo. Hopefully he can keep this up.
As to go play fake, Gauchi's going to fire this one into the stands.
Yeah, he got a little bit of pressure in his face there. Good read not to take the sack.
2nd and goal upcoming, like you said. Great play to just go ahead and get rid of it, live for a 2nd down. As this one's going to be fired to the left side.
Great pass there by Gauchi. He put it right where he had to. Unfortunately, his receiver just couldn't keep his hands on it.
Adrian Sampson, the one in coverage, had a forced fumble last week, as gets a pass breakup on this one, but this one's going to be fired across the middle to Tom Hendricks, going for Oregon touchdown.
Great job there by Gauchi. He was able to read that Hendricks got a little bit of separation and put it right on the money for him. And we have an update on Twitch. Notre Dame just scores to go up 7-0 over NIU.
Popping off all across the CFSL tonight. As Oregon pinning this extra point, will now have a lead. Strike first, able to score off their first drive in this one. 2 minutes into the game, and Oregon with their first touchdown.
Yeah, if you're Kent State here, you want to match that energy and come out firing on all cylinders.
As Kent State is set to get the ball for the first time in this one, they're going to get a solid return out of this one. Up around the 29-yard line is where Mooney is going to take it. And as you can see, Shaker Mayflower and company, they're going to get set up here. Last week, the offense had 267 yards total. Definitely want to improve off of that one in their defeat against Pittsburgh last week, as they're going to come out with 2 running backs in the backfield on this one. They're going to play action on it, and that's going to be a loss of 1 going to Sampson.
Yeah, great try to get something out of the backfield there. Just keeping up the pressure is all Oregon needs to do. They're going to make them throw the ball away early.
As 2nd and 11 will be upcoming here for the Kent State offense. One, as they're going to have 3 receivers at the top of the screen. One's going to come in motion, get in the backfield, as Mayflower is going to go read option on this one. Keeps it, able to shed 1 tackle, picks up a first down, and more. He's going to stumble for 21 yards.
Great run there by Mayflower. Able to get past the first guy and just keep extending that. He's got to be the big playmaker today for this Kent State offense.
That run will get Kent State up to about the 49-yard line here, as they'll have a 1st and 10. Mayflower's going to look to take the air on this one, and that one's going to be knocked down by Thomas Schultz.
Ooh, dangerous throw there, trying to do his best Mahomes impression. Got to set your feet and get that pass off.
Working from under center on this one, as they'll go 2 tight end set. Mayflower tries to get rid of it as the rush is there, and this one's going to fall to the ground.
Yeah, it looked like he may have been hit there as he was trying to throw the ball. Just got to give him some more time in that pocket.
As they're going to work out the shotgun here on 3rd and 10 for Kent State. This one's going to be fired to the sidelines, but it's only going for 7 yards. Troy Mooney, the receiver on that play.
Yeah, throw short, stay short. Mayflower's got to keep his receiver in bounds and then give him a chance to make a play.
Kent State able to get across midfield, but they do stall out on this one. Oregon is going to get the ball back as this punt finds its way going out the back of the end zone.
That was a booming one there from Stanley.
As the 20-yard line is where this Oregon Ducks offense is going to get for a touchdown on their first drive here. As Gauchi looks to take to the air once more. And this one's fired across the middle, but it's going to find itself hitting the turf.
Yeah, we've already seen on both sides of the ball this game, receivers are having a hard time holding on to it when they're getting destroyed.
As this one's going to be a screen. And he's going to end up losing a yard on that play. Maverick Rivers making the tackle.
Yeah, Rivers, the FSU transfer, doing a great job there to get to him. Kent State's really going to need him to step up here.
As that is going to bring up 3rd and 11 here for the Oregon Ducks. Only had 1 third down on their first drive, able to convert it. Can they convert another one here as they look to go right back to that screen? Does have some blockers downfield, but Maverick Rivers gets behind them and brings him down after a 4-yard gain with a 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, back-to-back screens there, not really doing much for that Oregon offense. Kent State's got to be really happy to get a stop there.
As Kent State here is going to get nice field position as this return gets them across midfield. And they're going to start Oregon.
Yeah, if you're Kent State here, you want to keep up the energy throwing the ball, but you've got to be more efficient with it. You got to get some passes going and string them and really get Mayflower's confidence up.
Last time they were able to get across midfield, but stalled out after that as the corner comes from Oregon, but Shaker Mayflower is able to find Antonio James going for 7 yards.
Great read there by Mayflower, sensing the pressure and holding on to the last minute to get his guy as much time as possible.
Mayflower, the junior out of Pleasant Grove, Alabama here, coming up on 2nd and 3. They're going to look to work out of the pit. When they're going to rock 12 personnel, they're going to go triple option here as Mayflower is going to be able to pitch it out, going to the outside. They're going to get 7 yards from Sampson and a first down.
The old triple option, you love it or you hate it. And right there, it's looking good.
As Mayflower is going to come back out in the shotgun. This one's going to go bubble screen here. And Troy Mooney is going to be the recipient of that one, going for 4, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, great little pass there. Shaker's starting to really get his confidence going, and he's just got to keep ticking away at this Oregon defense.
This one's going to be a run to the left side on this one and not going anywhere as Sampson. He'll actually lose.
Oregon sniffed that one out immediately. They were not fooled at all where it was going, and they got to him really fast.
Extremely fast was Thomas Schultz coming from that linebacker spot. We got a 3rd and 6 upcoming here for the Kent State Golden Flashes as Mayflower is going to fire this one across the middle. Has a receiver for the first down and a little bit into 18 yards.
Great job there. James was able to get a little bit of separation right off that slant. Mayflower put it right on his jersey numbers. Got to keep doing that if you're this Kent State offense.
As they'll have a 1st and 10 upcoming here. The ball is going to be spotted at around the 15-yard line as they have moved inside the PX1 Sports red zone. Shaker Mayflower going to be under center on this one as Kent State's going to rock 12 personnel. It's going to be a handoff going up the middle, but it's only going to be a 2-yard gain for Sampson.
Man, this Oregon front line is just being a menace. They've got Sampson's number, and they're making a call every time.
As they're going to rock 2 receivers to the top of your screen. They go play fake on this one. It's fired into the end zone, but that one's going to be picked off by this Oregon defense. That's going to be Drew Caleb.
Yeah, you'd hate to see that. Kent State finally gets moving and gets really running good, and then just can't finish it out.
As tough break there for the Kent State offense. Oregon's offense set to take the field once more. They're going to start here at their own 20. Brantley Gauchi going to try and fire this one over to the right side. Has a receiver, Michael White, but falls to a knee as he makes the catch.
Great effort there by White to get the ball. Good hard 2-yard pickup.
As they're going to rock 2 running backs in the backfield on this one. 2 receivers to the top of your screen as well. Looking to set up the screen, going to Tom Hendricks. Gets a block, tries to cut it back to the middle. Able to pick up 5 and bring us to a 3rd and 3.
You know, Vinny, everybody talks about the screens being bad, but whenever it's a positive yardage, nobody seems to complain.
Hey, it's all about perfect timing on the screen. Great screen on that one. Able to pick up 5 yards. And they're going to send a receiver in motion on this one as Gauchi's going to work from the shotgun. And they're going to go right back to that screen. Has the block, has a lane, has more blocks downfield as Hendricks is going to scoot his way down to about the 49-yard line.
Great blocking downfield by that Oregon line. They really made a hole for Hendricks, and he shot right up it like a rocket.
Big right there, and like you just said about the screens, sometimes a lot of people complain about screens, but when you dial it up at the right time and you get the execution on the play, you can see how dangerous it is as this Oregon offense, 12 passes so far to 4 rushes. Haven't been too balanced, but they've been effective as they're going to go play fake on this one. Gauchi's going to fire this to the right side. His receiver, Allen, coming back to the ball for a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, great job by Allen making the extra effort to get back there to the ball. If you're Gauchi, you got to get him a little bit closer to that line.
As this one's going to be a snap inside Kent State territory at their 44-yard line. Fired across the middle going to Trey Stivers with 6 and a first down.
Never going to complain about 6 yards. That's a great throw by Gauchi, putting it right where he needed it, and he almost broke that tackle.
As that is the 6th first down in this game for this Oregon offense here as they look to work out of the shotgun on this one. They're going to have their tight end play a little H-back spot, send him in motion as they go play fake. And Gauchi's going to try and dump this off to the flats on the left side. That's going to be Stivers again, getting it for 9 yards and bringing up a 2nd and 1.
Great run there by Stivers after the catch, really fighting for those extra yards.
84 yards here as we still have a minute and a half here in the first quarter. As Gauchi fires this one to the right side, going to Trey Meekins for 10 yards and another Oregon first down.
Man, this Oregon offense is really clicking right now. They're finding these holes in the Kent State defense, and they are attacking them perfectly.
As 1st and 10 here inside the PX1 Sports red zone. This one's going to be a shot downfield, and that's going to be Ty Wright getting the ball inside the 5-yard line.
Ty Wright, one of the veterans on this Oregon offense. He did a great job there of getting separation and finding that little bitty seam perfectly.
Absolute laser right there by Gauchi. Able to recognize his receiver, had the space, got it to him as quickly as he could before the defense was able to collapse on there. Credit Ty Wright hanging onto the pass as well. As this one's going to be a handoff going to Tom Hendricks, and he's going to be stopped at the half-inch yard line.
That brings up second.
Man, Hendricks, he ran into a wall of white right there. This is a crucial second down here. If Oregon gets the point here, it's not going to be looking too good for this defense.
40 yards for Hendricks. As this one's going to be harder. Who's going to end up powering it through for the Oregon Ducks?
Man, that Oregon O-line is making as much space as they can. These halfbacks will just run right over.
Jared Harder is the player that got the touchdown for Oregon, as this extra point extends it to a 14-0 lead for Oregon with 50 seconds left to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, if you're Kent State, you need to just get something strung together. Don't make any wild throws at the very end, and just get some points on the board here.
And for Harder, that's his first touchdown of this season. So congratulations to him, as Kent State is going to set up shop here at about the 27-28 yard line. And as you look at the graphic right here, 12 plays, 61 yards is not that bad, but for Kent State, the problem has been not being able to finish drives.
Yeah, Vinny, they really started working really well last, and just a wild throw in the end zone ruined all that effort.
As Mayflower is going to look to toss this one to the left side, going to Sampson for 5 yards.
Good throw over there. Good run by Sampson after the catch. That's what you like to see. Pick up these early little yards, try to get them to sink in, and then take a big shot.
As they go play action on this one. This one's going to be thrown over, but Mo Black is going to be the Oregon Duck breaking up that pass.
I don't think Mayflower even saw Black in the area. He just shot right at it and got that hand fully extended to stop that play.
As 3rd and 5 upcoming here for the Kent State Golden Flashes. This one's going to be dumped off to Sampson, who's only able to pick up 2. That's going to bring up a 4th and 3. And a quick update over on Twitch. Notre Dame strikes again as they have grown their lead out 21-0 over NIU with 8:21 left to play in the first half over there. We're nearing the end of the first quarter over here, as this Oregon return is going to go up to about midfield by Tom Hendricks.
Man, Vinny, it seems like almost every return we're looking at is ending at midfield in this game.
And you really got to credit the Oregon defense on that. They're the ones getting their offense this great field position, as they're going to look to come out with a 2x2 set on this one. Gauchi's going to work out of the shotgun. He's going to fire this one to the right side. That's going to be Trey Meekins the third, getting 10 yards. And that's going to end the first quarter here, as Oregon is up 14-0 over the Kent State Golden Flashes. Don't go nowhere. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we get set for a second quarter action here, that play was 10 yards, but they will say it's inches short of the first down. 2nd and inches for the Oregon Ducks, as this one goes to Tom Hendricks, who's going to find a lane going up the middle, able to spin his way for 18 yards.
Yeah, Hendricks must be having a game here. The offensive line is just opening holes for him left, right, and center.
18 yards on that one. That's going to bring his total here with 9 minutes to go in the first half. He's at 58 yards in this game, as Kent State's going to look to maybe bring some pressure on this play. Gauchi does get rid of it to the right side. He's got Meekins once again, who's going to find his way to the 5-yard line.
A lot of people wouldn't notice there, but that key block right there by the 10-yard line. That really is what set this play up. Great job there.
Absolutely. Credit Michael White, the receiver downfield, making the extra block for Meekins, able to find his way for another first and goal. Twice this Oregon offense has been inside the PX1 Sports red zone. Both times they found themselves in the end zone, looking to add to that as Gauchi's going to keep it on the read option, and he's able to scoot himself into the end zone for Oregon touchdown.
Yeah, great run there for Oregon. Getting points quickly and keeping that Kent State defense on the field. They're really going to wear them out as this game goes on.
Short field once again for Oregon. They're able to capitalize off of it, and they have grown this lead out to 21-0 here with 8:30 left to play in the first half. And Logan, if you're this Kent State offense, you've had some success, haven't been able to complete drives, what do you think they need to do a little bit of adjusting on this drive?
Get some crisscrossing routes going. Make this Oregon defense a little confused and give Shaker just enough time in the pocket to make a confident throw and get his confidence going. We saw it last week. When Shaker gets his confidence up, they can start really moving the ball.
25-yard line is where they're going to start, 75 yards away from the goal line, as Shaker Mayflower is going to step back under center. Fires this one downfield, has a receiver in double coverage though. That's going to be Jeff Johnson for the Oregon Ducks to knock that away.
Man, another dangerous throw, but credit to his receiver. He did almost pull it down. That's not what I want to see on the first play.
As Mayflower doesn't see anywhere to go, tries to get out the pocket but cannot, as that's Cash Calhoun with his first sack in this one.
Great job by the Oregon D-line there, collapsing that pocket and making Shaker run into his own lineman.
Big credit to Cash Calhoun getting back there in a hurry. The sophomore out of Michigan with his first sack here on the season, as 1 for 3 on third downs. It's been Kent State here in this first half. They're going to look to go 2-by-2 set as Mayflower looks to set up a screen. They have the running back, but do not have the blocks, as Sampson is only able to get 5 yards, and it's going to be a 4th and 8 for Kent State.
Yeah, you don't want to see that for Kent State. The blocking looked good, and then it just collapsed, and all of a sudden, 5 Oregon players were surrounding him.
As Oregon's set to get the ball once more. The return's going to come from the 35. They're going to get 9 yards, they say, by Tom Hendricks. Going to set them up at their own 45. Once again, another scenario, but this Oregon offense starts in good field position because of the work their defense did, as they're going to send Trey Stivers in motion on this one. Gauchi's going to go wide receiver screen to Phillip Allen on this one, who's going to stumble his way for 9 yards.
Great read there, and great job by Allen pushing over defenders to grab that extra 2 or 3 yards at the end.
Credit Allen on that one to fighting his way, as the sophomore getting his second catch in this one. This one's going to be almost intercepted, as it was fired right to the Kent State defender.
We've seen those dangerous throws from Kent State, but this is the first one by Oregon. You're hating yourself if you drop that ball.
Tough break for the Kent State defense, but Oregon looking to capitalize off of that mistake, as Tom Hendricks is going to run his way down inside the 30.
Hendricks, the 5'11", 200-pound running back, just being a bowling ball there, knocking off 3 or 4 defenders on his way up.
Sophomore transfer up to 74 yards in this game already here in the first half. We still got 7 minutes to go before halftime, as Oregon is going to work out of a 2-by-2 set on this play. Gauchi's going to take a shot to the end zone, has a receiver, and that's going to be another Oregon touchdown. Ty Wright on the reception.
It looks like Gauchi just told him, go, I'll throw it up. Little backyard football play there. Great play by Oregon.
Ty Wright's second touchdown of this season. The senior out of Raleigh, North Carolina, is going to extend this lead. And after this extra point, it will be a Oregon 28-point lead here. This is 28-0 with 7 minutes still to go here in the first half.
Yeah, if you're Kent State here, you got to try something different. You can't just take the first big shot you get. You got to work this defense down. Get them expecting something short or a run, and then throw it big.
as Kent State will be set to bring their offense back out on the field, and haven't really seen too much of an answer from their offense. You saw their first couple of drives, they were able to move the ball downfield, got across midfield on both of them. Haven't seen much success since then. Shaker Mayflower going to try to take to the air on this one. Has a receiver. That's going to be Tanner Wilson, able to pick up 12 yards and a first down.
That's the kind of stuff you want to see from this Kent State offense right there. Throw the little under routes and let your receivers go get some yards after the play.
Take what the defense gives you and see if your playmakers can make plays out there, as Oregon's going to bring the pass rush, but it doesn't get home in time as Mayflower gets it off to Connor Martin, going for 4 yards.
Connor Martin, the fresh signee, getting his first catch there, and great read by Mayflower, sensing that pressure coming off the edge.
A lot of pressure from the Oregon Ducks on that play, but the awareness by Mayflower to get rid of it as he fires this one across the middle. That goes to Gary Harrison. He's going to get it 17 yards and into Oregon territory.
Great play there by Kent State. This is what we saw glimpses of last week. When Mayflower can get a few passes rolling, they start really being able to read the defense.
As this offense is having arguably their best drive of the game, as they are up over 100 yards total offense in this game. They're going to go trips to the top of your screen on this one. Mayflower doesn't like what he sees, tries to get out of there, but he's going to find himself in the arms of Brazelton for a sack.
Great read there by Brazelton. He sees that Shaker's about to go, so he slides over, gets it stopped right there, and prevents Kent State from getting a good play there.
And credit Brazelton there, able to get off the block right before the double team gets there. That's really what allows him to get to Mayflower before Mayflower can take off. Mayflower did have some room to run after that, but Brazelton brings him down as they're going to bring pressure on this one. Mayflower recognizes it, dumps it off to Nathan Holmes, but that goes for a gain of 0.
Yeah, you don't hate that play right there if you're Kent State. He saw something open, is the defender was just way too fast to react to it.
1 of 4 on third downs has been Kent State as the pressure gets there, but it does not get home. Mayflower gets rid of it, going to Troy Mooney, but it's only a 9-yard gain, and it's going to be 4th and 3.
And they're going for it here. I don't hate this call at all. Get aggressive. You're down 28. You've got to make something happen.
Absolutely light a fire under your team as Mayflower is going to take to the skies on this one, but it's going to be broken up on that play.
Yeah, that was a great read. You go for it, but man, you've got to put a little bit more air underneath it and get it over that defender.
David Holotenko, the freshman, breaking that one up as this is his CFSL debut, able to get the 4th down stop there for the Oregon Ducks. They're going to set to take over at their own 33-yard line, where they're going to go trips to the bottom of the screen. It's going to be receiver screen going to Ty Wright. He's got room to run, and it's going to be a foot race down the field, and Maverick Rivers is going to be able to catch up to him at the 25-yard line.
You cannot ask for better blocking on that wide receiver screen there. The receiver had all the time in the world to make that catch and get upfield.
Absolutely, and if Maverick Rivers doesn't get there, I don't think anybody else does, so credit Rivers with the touchdown-saving tackle on that one. 12th first down here in the first half for Oregon, just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. They're going to go trips to the top of your screen on this one as Gauchi is maneuvering in the pocket, doesn't like what he sees, tries to take off with his feet, does, able to pick up 12 yards and the first down.
Yeah, great read there by Gauchi, getting to the edge and getting a run upfield. If you're Kent State, you've got to recognize that and get some hands on him.
As they go full house look on this one, out the pistol is Gauchi. He's going to fire this one into the back of the end zone, but it's not going to be brought in, they say.
Yeah, maybe just leading him a little bit too far there. If you're Gauchi, you've got to put it right on his numbers, right in his hands.
Had his receiver in the back of the end zone, couldn't keep the feet in, as this one's going to be fired behind the line of scrimmage to Tom Hendricks, and it's going to be a loss of 6.
Yeah, if you're Gauchi there, I'd almost just throw that ball away. You see the defender pushing up on your halfback. That's a dangerous throw.
And it really, to me, it looks like Gauchi was trying to throw it behind Hendricks so it would just go out of bounds. Hendricks makes the play to come back to the ball, and they're going to end up with a 3rd and 16 off of that as they're here at the 20-yard line looking to set up halfback screen on this one. Able to shed one tackle is harder. Sheds another one, but ends up tripping over players as he's only able to pick up 9.
That screen looked like it was falling apart, and Gauchi saved it last minute. Great blocking by that Oregon offense.
And Kent State's defense will hold Oregon to a field goal attempt as this one is up and it's through as Oregon has now stretched their lead out 31-0 here. 3:44 left to play in the second quarter.
We're seeing some glimpses of brilliance by this Kent State offense. They've just got to string a complete drive together and get some momentum going for them, Benny.
As their offense is going to have nice field position to start out with the Antonio James return of 30 yards on that play, and the 30-yard line is where Shaker Mayflower and company will get started on this drive with 3:38 left to play in the first half. They're going to look to rock out of an 11 personnel on this one as Mayflower is going to dump this off to the flats. His receiver makes a great play to go for it. That's Connor Martin with 6 yards.
Another dangerous throw there from Shaker. Martin did a great job on extending that run a little bit longer.
Absolutely does a great job to come back to the ball and save his quarterback on that play as they look to go to the air once more as Mayflower has his receiver. It's going right back to Martin. He picks up 5 and the Kent State first down.
Martin's first game for this Kent State team. He's really establishing a rapport with Mayflower and becoming his favorite target.
Showing out on this drive early is Connor Martin as they're going to go 2x2 set out of the shotgun on this one. Mayflower doesn't like what he sees, tries to take off with his legs, and he's going to run over a couple defenders, picking up 9 yards.
Mayflower taking the ball in his hand, trying to get that momentum established for Kent on his own. That's what you want to see from your playmakers.
You love it when you see a quarterback try to put his shoulder down. Sometimes you might want to look for him to slide, though, as this one's going to be fired to the right side, going to Nathan Holmes, but it's a gain of 0.
Great pass there by Mayflower. You just got to hope that your receiver can turn up and fight for that extra yard.
Third downs has been the struggle for Kent State, 1 of 5 on this one. This one's fired out quickly, and it's bouncing around, and it's going to be picked off by Oregon.
I didn't know we had a pinball machine on the field here in Eugene. That ball looked like it just bounced around. Not sure if that hit the ground or not.
Johnny Abu is going to be the one credited with the interception on that play. And they're going to say he caught it right before it hits the ground. Oregon's going to take over at their own 45 on this drive. 2:19 left, all 3 timeouts for Oregon as well. As this one's fired along the left side, Phillip Allen gets it for 13 yards, but takes a shot at the end.
Man, what a boom there by Adrian Sampson. Just knocking him off his feet, not letting him get any more yards.
Sampson with 7 tackles here in the first half, one of them going for a tackle for loss. As Oregon has Trey Stivers going in motion from right to left. Gauchi's going to fire this one to Stivers, who's able to pick up 15 yards and the Oregon first down.
Great eyes there by Gauchi, threading the needle with that pass and getting it right where only his receiver can get to it.
As that one's going to bring this Oregon offense down to about the 35-yard line for them as, excuse me, I cannot read at all. That's going to be the 27-yard line as they're going to come out with 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen on this one, trying to go to Tom Hendricks up the middle, but he's going to take a shot from Maverick Rivers.
Maverick Rivers, really the leader on this Kent State defense. He's attacking that line and making sure that he's not going to get anything.
2nd and 11 upcoming for this Oregon offense. Time starting to tick on this drive as they're now down to 1:30 as this one's going to be fired to the sidelines, but it's going to be broken up.
Great coverage there by this Golden Flash defense. You hate to see it really trying to thread that needle throw, but you got to go for it sometimes.
3 of 5 on 3rd downs today here in the first half for this Oregon offense. Looking to add to it as Gauchi's going to take a shot downfield, has his receiver in the back of the end zone, but it's going to be broken up.
Gauchi looking to make the big play again. You want him to just kind of get a little more relaxed, a little bit more comfortable, and throw those safer routes.
Adrian Sampson going to get the pass breakup on this one, but the field goal is up and good, and Oregon once again adding to that lead. It is now 34-0. But if you're the Kent State offense, you got a minute 23 and all 3 timeouts. You do have time to push the ball down the field.
They keep showing some flashes of brilliance. It's just never enough to string it all together. You got to cut out those mistakes and just make one efficient drive.
As this drive is going to start out at the 25-yard line for Kent State. So where Shaker Mayflower will get his offense rolling back again. Showed promise on the last drive. Ended up stalling out shortly after they got across midfield. They're going to look to go trips to the bottom of your screen on this one. As Mayflower is going to fire it to the left side. And that one's going to be broken up by Oregon.
Great coverage there by the Oregon defense. Every single receiver had somebody within touching distance of him. You can't be forcing those throws on your side of the field.
J.D. Callahan, the sophomore out of Birmingham, Alabama, making the breakup on that one, as this one's going to be checked down to the flats. Going to Connor Martin once again. He's got 7 yards on that play. 4 catches here in the first half for him.
Great job by Martin. He's doing everything he can to help out Mayflower and stay open.
22 yards in the debut for Connor Martin, as they're going to send him in motion going from right to left. As Mayflower is going to work out of the shotgun on this play. Takes a shot downfield. Delivers a strike, and it's going to get them across midfield as Troy Mooney gets 23 yards.
That's what we want to see from this Kent State offense. Working this Oregon defense and finding those holes.
As they're going to go 2 running backs in the backfield with Mayflower as he fires this one over and just a little bit off target.
Yeah, it looked like there may have been a little miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver there, and the timing was a little bit off for Mayflower.
As they're going to go empty on this one, Mayflower back there by himself, fires it across the middle, has his receiver once again. That's Connor Martin going for 8 yards, and they will burn their second timeout.
Yeah, Kent State trying to get some points on the board before half, really speeding this offense up.
2 of 7 on third downs, and that incompletion is going to bring them to 2 of 8 on third down. But they do have a 4th and 2, and they will go for it, as last time they went for it on 4th down, they were unsuccessful. This time they're going to work with trips to the top of your screen on this one, as Mayflower is going to drop back, delivers a strike along the sidelines. He's got Tobias Johnson for 2 yards and the Kent State first down.
Great job by Johnson there, catching the ball, and looked like Shaker about knocked him over with how hard he threw the pass at him.
Saw his receiver a little late, tried to get it to him as quick as he could. Does just that, keeps this drive alive, as this one's fired over to Sampson, who's got 6 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line of scrimmage on this one, not looking to spike it. They will operate out of the shotgun on this one. Down under 20 seconds as Drew Caleb gets his 2nd interception in this game for the Oregon Ducks, and he's going to get that to about the 20-yard line.
Man, it's every single time this Kent State offense gets towards the end zone, just one reckless throw, you've got to get a little bit more air and get it up and above that defender.
Drew Caleb, the sophomore out of San Antonio, Texas, unable to have any interception last season, up to 2 interceptions here in this game, having himself a career game for sure, as Oregon's going to look to just go ahead and run the timeout here in the first half, as Tom Hendricks is going to get that one for 3 yards.
Yeah, Oregon content with going into the half here. I can't blame them. Their running game's doing what it needs to do to get this win for them.
Lance White with his 5th tackle here in the first half, and that run is going to bring us to the end of the half with Oregon up 34-0 here in the first half. Logan, I mean, it's looking like a one-sided game here in this one. Break down this first half for us.
Oregon listened to me perfectly and came out the gate establishing that rushing attack. They're doing a great job of attacking the weakness on the Kent State defense, and Kent State just cannot seem to get a drive completely together.
And I gotta agree with you on that. It's not like, I wouldn't say that the scoreboard exactly replicates how this game's gone. Kent State's been able to find themselves getting drives, but the problem has been they've stalled out once they got across the midfield. And also, you gotta give credit to that Oregon defense. 3 turnovers in that first half to prevent that Kent State offense from getting going, as you can see right here from the graphics. 250 yards through the air, 100 yards on the ground. I mean, that's full game stats right there that they've got in just one half. Only a minute more time of possession, so they've been able to strike quickly and effectively in this one.
Yeah, that Oregon defense, especially around the red zone, has just been a nightmare for Shaker Mayflower.
And that Shaker Mayflower is going to have to clean it up in that second half. They've seen success, but the 3 interceptions really hurts, especially with 2 of them coming inside the red zone. As Kent State will be the first ones with the ball here in the second half. They're going to get started up around the 25-yard line. What do you want to see different from this offense?
It's really just got to be make it efficient. You're making great passes. You're making good reads early. It's just got to be finishing the drive out.
As they're going to get started here at the 25-yard line is the Kent State offense. Shaker Mayflower right there in the shotgun. He's going to look to set up the screen on this play. Has his running back. That's going to be Sampson going for 8 yards.
Great screen there, and it was perfectly timed. I don't think Oregon was ready for it, and they got almost to the first down line.
As they're going to go 2-by-2 set on this one. Mayflower's going to fire this to the right side. Has a receiver with some separation, able to scoot all the way down inside the 30 is Connor Martin once again going for 39 yards.
Yeah, I don't know what was said to Shaker in the locker room or what pre-workout he took to focus in, but he's dialed in and already hitting his favorite target.
And as you said, Connor Martin, the freshman tight end out of Russellville, Arkansas, his first game and already building a nice rapport with Shaker Mayflower as he's up over 80 yards in this game. They're going to look to work this one out of the shotgun, set up another halfback screen, but there's going to be Oregon Ducks all over that one as that goes for a gain of 0.
Yeah, we don't often see the first down halfback screen, and Sampson's really trying to fight for it. Oregon snuffed that one out right from the gate.
As they're going to work with 2 running backs in the backfield on this play. One's going to stay in the block. Mayflower trying to find somewhere to go with this one. Fires a strike along the sidelines, but Mo Black steps in front of it to knock it down.
Man, this Oregon defense is just reading the throws of Mayflower perfectly and getting a little bit of a jump on the receivers.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for this Kent State offense, somewhere where they've struggled, as this one's going to be thrown to the sidelines. Troy Mooney able to Tony toe tap his way for a first down.
Great catch there by Mooney. Really just stretching out and keeping that toe right on the line.
And that's a big pickup. Kent State has really struggled on 3rd downs. They're going to go with a wishbone type offense from the shotgun on this one, as Tanner Yodom finds his way knocking down a pass.
Weird play from Kent State there, but you know what? I liked it. It was a great pass. It was just barely able to get a finger on it.
2nd and 10 upcoming here inside the PX1 Sports Red Zone. Shaker Mayflower doesn't like what he sees, tries to get away from it, but cannot get away from Brazelton, who picks up his 2nd sack in this one.
Yeah, Mayflower looking a little bit antsy there. He probably could have given it 2 or 3 more seconds to see how the play was going to unfold. And that Oregon defense was just ready for him.
3 of 9 on 3rd downs, and this one has been the Kent State offense able to get their last one. 15 yards to go. Can they keep this drive alive as Mayflower scans the field, doesn't like what he sees, dumps it down to Sampson, who can only pick up 1 yard, and it'll be a 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, great pressure by Oregon and great coverage downfield by them as well. They were able to keep Kent State from having anything open.
As the field goal is up, and it is good as Kent State is on the board here. Oregon still leading this one. It is 34-3 with 7:10 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. And if you're Kent State, I mean, there's got to be a boost of confidence. Your offense was finally able to get inside the red zone and get you points.
Yeah, points are points, and you need that momentum right now bad if you're Kent State.
Quick update over on Twitch. Notre Dame leading that one still. It is 30-7 with 4:30 left to play in the 3rd quarter on that one. Back over here on YouTube. 34-3 is the score. Oregon Ducks hosting the Kent State Golden Flashes, where they lead this game. 7:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter as Gouch is going to look to fire. He's got Trey Stivers on this one, getting 6 yards on that play.
Great pressure there by Kent State, but even better read by Gauchi there. He was able to find his open guy and just dump it dink really low and get some extra yardage.
They're going to work out the pistol on this one. Kent State looking to bring a corner down into the box, but Tom Hendricks is going to power through everybody as he's able to get 19 yards on that rush, bringing his total on the day to 95 yards.
Yeah, Hendricks is having a great game. He was able to read that open hole right up the middle, and he just shot up it like a lightning bolt.
And you got to admire the game that Tom Hendricks is having. Hasn't had too many touches, but they have been efficient. 9 carries for 95 yards. Doesn't get much better than that, as this one's fired along the sidelines, but it's going to be broken up by Adrian Sampson.
Great coverage there by Sampson, and great extension to get his hands on it. You just hope he can bring it down next time.
And if there's been one bright spot on this Kent State defense, Adrian Sampson has been one of them. 2 pass breakups in this one, as Gauci is able to escape out the pocket and slide down after a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, great run there by Gauci. It looked like it might get broken up in the backfield there, but he was able to extend it out and get some positive yards.
50% on the day has been Oregon on third downs as they look to set up halfback screen on this one. Not able to get away from the defenders, Tom Hendricks, as that is a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, great job there by the D-line. Able to get that shoestring tackle, Shaw. I believe that's the walk-on. Great job there.
And Kent State starting off their second half in a great way, able to get points on their first drive. They're going to force an Oregon punt here. The question is, what does the field position look like, as this one's going to be fielded inside the 20, inside the 15 actually, as they do get back to about the 21-yard line, and that's where this offense will set to take over.
Yeah, you want them to build on that last drive, then he really just make those passes crisp, clean, and right in the hole.
As Kent State going to work out of a 2-by-2 set on this one. They're going to go halfback screen on this one to Sampson, who's able to find his way for a 0-yard gain.
Yeah, again, with the first down screens, you don't want to see it too often, but if it's working for the overall drive, it's working for the overall drive.
2-by-2 set once again. They're going to look to go halfback draw on this play, but Sampson can't go anywhere as he loses a yard. Bobby Hawes making the tackle.
Yeah, Oregon, did they snuff it out, or is it just their pressure they've been getting all game good enough for it? Either way, they did a great job there.
As 3rd and 11 upcoming here for this Kent State offense. This one's going to be fired across the middle to Mooney, but that's only going to go for 4 yards before he's brought down. And it's going to bring up 4th and 7.
Yeah, the pressure was getting to Mayflower. He didn't have enough time to let his receivers get closer to the first down and get something open. Just had to dink it under and get some positive yards off of it.
As the field position is starting to look great here for the Oregon Ducks, as they get a nice return inside the 40, inside the 35 is where this Oregon offense will take over.
And we've talked about the blocking on the offensive line for Oregon. Their special teams blocking is not looking half bad either.
As Tom Hendricks was the one on the return on that play. This one's fired into a little bit of coverage, and Kent State will knock it down.
Man, when the ball's knocked out, Kent State's getting its hands on it. You just wonder, has it a matter of time until they keep one?
They're going to look to go trips to the top of your screen on this one. Gauci fires it to the middle. That's going to be Trey Stivers with another catch in this one. He's got 4 yards on that play with 40 yards total on the game.
Perfect throw by Gauci there, putting it right into his chest where only he can get to it.
Maverick Rivers making the tackle, the junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Had 9 tackles last week, already having another solid game from that middle linebacker spot. 3 of 7 on third downs. Is this Oregon offense starting to simmer down just a little bit, as this one's fired along the left sideline. Michael Wright able to get multiple feet in bounds as this drive will continue for Oregon.
Great route by White there, getting right into that hole between the quarterback and the safety for Kent State.
4 attempts in the red zone, 4 scores here for Oregon, as this one is going to go to Ty Wright, who's going to find himself fighting down inside the 5-yard line.
Wright had the big gain screen earlier, and another screen to him looking good. You got to wonder, if you're Gauci, you might want to look at that a little bit more often.
That's going to put Ty Wright at the 100-yard mark. Last week only had 36 yards. Better game this week for him, as this one's going to go up the middle to Tom Hendricks as he finds his way into the end zone once more.
Once again, great blocking by the Oregon offensive line. They're making sure that Hendricks can run whichever way he wants.
As pending the extra point on this one, Oregon has once again stretched their lead It is now 41-3 here with 3:48 left to play in the third quarter.
Yeah, if you're Kent State here, you're hoping for a little bit better of a return than you got off that punt. Get outside of your own 20, and then you can open up the playbook a little bit more.
If you're Kent State right now, it's a 38-point ball game. You still got just under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Do you start to build going into next week, or do you think you still have a shot to make a comeback?
You got a chance to make it a really good game here. You can get some points on the board, get some stops against Oregon, but you really got to be looking at that next week already, Vinny.
Got to limit the mistakes is the one thing that Shaker Mayflower has done in this half so far, as that one's fired over to Sampson for a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, great pass there and great haul in by Sampson. They don't look bad early drive. They're making some good passes. It's just got to be strung together.
Ajani Abu with 6 tackles in this one as Mayflower's going to go down once more. That's going to be a Tanner Yodom sack.
Great rush there by Yodom. You just got to pick up that block if you're the halfback.
Absolutely. Sampson right there, not able to identify the linebacker coming through, as Yodom is able to get his first sack in this game. And that's going to lead us to a Kent State third down, 3rd and 13 upcoming, as they're going to work with trips to the bottom of your screen. That's going to go across the middle, but it's only going for 8 yards to Tanner Wilson, and another 4th down upcoming.
Yeah, if you're these Kent State receivers, you've got to get a little bit more open downfield. As the pressure gets to Mayflower, all he's seeing are these little underneath routes.
And as you saw on the graphic at the bottom of your screen, 410 yards of offense for Oregon to 238, and that's the winning formula for Oregon in this one. As you can see right here, 38-point lead for them. They're going to get the ball in nice field position as well. They're going to start at their own 42-yard line, looking to possibly add on to that lead. As Gauchi works out the pistol, gives it to Hendricks at the backfield, who's going to shake off one tackle and run his way for a 10-yard gain. They will say he is inches short of that first down.
Hendricks really going for that broke tackle record. He's just bouncing off defenders left and right.
2nd and inches upcoming as a safety will come down for Kent State. They're looking to get the pressure on Gauchi. Just able to find his way outside of the pocket and stumble enough for a pickup of a first down.
Great run there by Gauchi, just stumbling around, able to keep his balance just enough to get that first down.
Jason Mallory going to get credit on the tackle on that play, as Hendricks is going to get another handoff. He's going up the middle for a gain of 7 on that play.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to get to him in the backfield, but missed tackle. You've got to wrap him up in the backfield every chance you get.
2 minutes left here in the third quarter, as Gauchi's going to look to go play fake, but cannot go to his next read, as he is going to get sacked.
Great rush there by Kent State. And if you're Gauchi, that's just one setback. You've had a great game. Don't linger on it too much.
Marshall Haley, the sophomore out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, with his first sack in this game, and first sack on the season as well, as that's going to bring us to a 3rd and 7 for this Oregon offense. They're at the 44-yard line of Kent State, as Gauchi's going to fire this to the right side. That's going to be just short on that play, as Harder is only able to pick up 5 yards.
Yeah, great read there by this Kent State defense to be able to get to him. And we have an update from Twitch. Notre Dame just scores to go up 37-7 with 8:57 left in the fourth.
As this punt is going to angle to the corner of the end zone. I don't think we got a for the brand moment on that one. I think it does roll out of the end zone, as it does. And Kent State's going to get started here at their own 20-yard line, where they're going to come out with 4 receivers. They're going to go trips to the bottom of your screen on this one. Mayflower's going to fire this one, but it's going to be picked off on the play, and that's going to be another Oregon interception.
Man, if you're Mayflower, you got to stop making those dangerous throws. You're seeing the quarterbacks right there. You can't throw that. You got to get it where your receiver can make the play on it.
Tough break for Kent State. Shaker Mayflower was having a solid third quarter in this one up until that interception. Oregon's going to get the ball with nice field position to start this drive. This one fired over to Michael Wright. He's able to pick up 10 yards and a first down.
Yeah, great play there by Oregon. Just throwing the under, keeping it open.
As 1st and 10 here inside the PX1 Sports red zone there at the 16-yard line. As Gauchi trying to maneuver his way in the pocket, has a receiver along the sidelines. Phillip Allen gets 10 toes down and 11 yards, getting us to a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Great grab there by Allen, able to keep his feet in bounds and bring that ball down for a catch.
They go wide receiver screen on this one. Allen holds onto it, but they lose 2 yards.
After a couple really good wide receiver screens by this Oregon team, I guess Kent State's finally realizing it and making sure that they're prepared for it.
Big stop by Kent State on that one, as that's going to back this Oregon offense up to the 7-yard line. That's where they'll have 2nd and goal at. They're going to go 2 receivers to the top of your screen. They have Stivers. They're going to send him from the tight end spot into the slot as Gauchi fires it over to Tom Hendricks for another touchdown.
Yeah, Hendricks, great job getting the tiniest bit of separation. Gauchi puts it up over and right in the corner where only he can get to it. Great play there by Oregon.
Big play as that once again extends that Oregon lead pending this extra point. It is now a 48-3 ball game here with 22 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Oregon's firing on all cylinders and attacking. They're doing a great job of keeping the ball where the receivers are the only ones that can get to it.
And if you're that Kent State offense, you got to think at this point it is just about out of reach. And really, you're just looking to build confidence going into MAC play next week.
Yeah, that's right, Vinny. Maybe even try the triple option again. It worked pretty well the first time.
As you see right there in the numbers, and this Oregon offense, I mean, hasn't seen too many answers from the Kent State defense. Over 400 yards in this game as there's 18 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kent State going to hand this one off to Sampson. He's able to find himself 7 yards, bringing us to 2nd and 3.
Great rush there by Sampson. He saw that hole on the line. He attacked it. You can't ask for more from your running back.
As that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Oregon still in front. They are up 48-3. Get those 4s up in chat, everybody, and don't go anywhere. This 4th quarter action gets ready to set up as you're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. As we are set back here for 4th quarter action, as Kent State is going to look to operate with 2 running backs in the backfield on this one. Has a receiver along the sidelines. That's going to be Tanner Wilson getting 21 yards on that play.
Great job there by Wilson, keeping 1 foot in bounds and making that catch. Great pass by Mayflower to find him.
As that pass will get Kent State once again into Oregon territory, but they have struggled most of this game once they have got inside Oregon territory. Not too many conversions as Mayflower is going to take a shot downfield, but this one's going to be broken up by Jeff Johnson.
Another dangerous throw by Mayflower. You've got to put it where your receivers can even get to it. So far, all the passes have been where only the defender can touch it.
As Mayflower once again going to look to throw this one. Has his receiver on the sidelines. That's Antonio James showing off his 10 toes down challenge as he picks up a 1st down for Kent State.
Great route by James there. He hit it right where he needed to, and great throw by Mayflower to make sure that he could bring it in.
30-yard line is where this 1st and 10 will be for the Kent State offense. They're going to go 2 receivers to the top of your screen, rocking out of 11 personnel as Mayflower is going to dump this one off to Sampson, who's only able to pick up 2 yards before Jeff Johnson makes the tackle.
Yeah, great job by Sampson holding onto that ball as he got hit hard on the edge.
Big hit right there delivered by Jeff Johnson, the sophomore out of Wolf Creek, Montana. 5 tackles last week on the game, and this week looking to have a much better game as Kent State has a 2nd and 8 upcoming here, shaking Mayflower in the pocket. That one's going to be dangerous as that's going to be broken up by a boo.
Man, this Oregon defense knows where that ball is. Might need to check for a magnet because it's going right to him almost every time.
Ajani Abu with 1 interception earlier in this game. Thought he had a chance at 2. Mayflower gets rid of this right before the pass gets there, but this is still going to be brought down in the backfield by Brazelton.
Yeah, they snuffed out that halfback screen right away. Good job by Oregon being able to read that early.
And got to give credit to the 2 defensive tackles for Oregon on that play. As this is a 4th and 12, and Kent State said, we got nothing left to lose in this one. Let's go ahead and go for it. They go out of an empty set on this one. As Mayflower's going to try and find somewhere to go with it, pushes it to the end zone, but it's going to be knocked down by Mo Black, his 3rd breakup in this game.
Love to see that aggression from Kent State, but the ball's got to be a little bit better. You don't wonder, is that really the side you wanted to throw to?
Mo Black, one of the most dangerous corners here, the sophomore out of East Townsend, Maryland, with his 3rd breakup in this game. Picking up where he started off this season, 1 breakup in the 1st game. As Oregon is going to go out of the pistol on this one, give it to Tom Hendricks, who's able to find his way up the middle, getting past the 45-yard line for a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, great job by Hendricks again. Every time he gets an open hole, he attacks it, and he makes sure that he makes it worth it.
As 46-yard line will be where this Oregon offense has their next 1st and 10 coming from. They're going to go 11 personnel on this one and give it right back to Hendricks, who cannot shake the 1st tackle and only picks up 2 yards.
Yeah, the Kent State D-line trying their best to get something going to help their team out. Great job by Hendricks to spin out and get a couple extra yards.
They're going to go trips on this one as we reach 7 minutes left to go in this ball game. As Ty Wright's going to get another wide receiver screen. This one's going for 5 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 2.
Ty Wright always open with that screen and always making a good effort with it. Great job by him.
Very effective on the wide receiver screens, has over 100 yards off of it, and most of it came off that wide receiver screen, like you said, as this one's fired across the middle, going right back to Ty Wright, as he's got 6 yards on this play and an Oregon 1st down.
Yeah, Oregon just trying to make some really pretty passes here and really just make it effective. They're doing a great job of not trying to force anything on this drive.
As they're going to rock 11 personnel on this one, the tight end Stiver is going to go in motion from left to right, as Gauchi's going to fire it to him on the right side, as he's going to make the catch and pick up 7 yards.
Yeah, great grab there by Stivers, and good job holding onto the ball when he had 3 Kent State defenders all around him.
Stivers up to 47 yards in this game, has 6 catches. As it's 2nd and 3, they're going to give it off to Tom Hendricks, going up the middle, has a lane, cuts back to the middle, and he's going to pick up 11 yards on that one.
Great job at the blocking in the 2nd level there. Everybody had a man on him, and it really just gave enough space for Hendricks to keep going.
Liam Lucas with his 6th tackle in this one for that Kent State defense, as Hendricks is going to get another carry. As this one's going to go for about 10, and I'm sorry, that's Jared Harder getting the handoff. It goes for 10, but they're going to say inches short of the 1st down.
Great run there by Harder. He takes a back seat to Hendricks sometimes, but he's really making a name for himself right there.
Harder, the sophomore out of Bristol, Tennessee, as Gauchi fires this one over to the left side, has Ty Wright once more, and that's going to get them inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Ty Wright becoming Gauchi's favorite target in this quarter, doing a great job of holding onto the ball and a great job of getting open.
And Gauchi had 335 last week, and this week he is exactly at that number once more, as he's going to fire this one to the student section.
Yeah, I think Gauchi saw the extra pressure there and just decided to throw it away early and not risk anything.
As we are now under 5.5 left to play in this one, Stiver is going to go in motion, as this one's going to be handed off, going to the right side as Tom Hendricks only able to pick up 1.
Yeah, great try by Hendricks there, but Kent State read that like a book and got extra personnel over on that side to help stuff him up.
They're going to have a 3rd and goal from the 5, maybe 5.5-yard line, as Gauchi looks to fire this one over, and it's going to be broken up by Liam Lucas, bringing up a 4th down.
Great read there by Kent State, able to stop Oregon again. You just wish they could have made a couple more of these over the game.
As that field goal is up, and it's good, as Oregon has now put up the 50-burger on Kent State. 51-3 is our score with 5:01 left to play.
Yeah, if you're Kent State here, you got to get something going. Stop making those unnecessary throws and just work something to get some confidence built up for your opening MAC game.
quick update over on Twitch. Notre Dame still leading that one. It is 51-7 with 3:31 left to play in that ball game. Over here, another one with a team putting up a 50 burger. Oregon 51, Kent State 3 with just under 5 minutes left to go in this one. As Shaker Mayflower and crew looks to get back on the field. As you can see right there, the 4 interceptions has really hurt this offense in this one, as they're gonna rock a 2x2 set on this one. As Mayflower is in the shotgun, he's gonna fire this one across the middle. It's gonna be caught by his receiver, Tanner Wilson, going for 13 yards and a first down.
And that's the kind of throws that we've been asking Mayflower to make all day. He puts it ahead of his receiver where he can get to it and doesn't give the defender a chance to make a play.
David Holotenko with his 8th tackle in this one, 2 of them going for loss, as this one's going to be a halfback screen. Able to shake 1 tackle and a second, but finally get pushed out of bounds is Sampson, as he gets a 20-yard gain on that play.
Sampson saw Wright getting all the love with his screens, and he said, I can do you one better out of the backfield. Great job by him to get up past that first defender and keep the drive going.
You got to give a lot of credit to him, because that was Brazelton, the first defender there. Not an easy man to escape out of his tackle. Does exactly just that. Gets Kent State's offense inside Oregon territory, and it's going to be at the 37-yard line where they're going to set up for this one. As Mayflower finds a receiver along the sidelines, wide open is Antonio James, getting 10 yards and a foot in bounds as they pick up another first down.
Yeah, great pass and even better route by James there. He fooled the defense and got right where he needed to be.
2x2 set on this one as Mayflower once again going to that sidelines. Antonio James again, this time only gets 6.
Yeah, James really showing his smarts here. He's seeing where the defense is sitting back and he's attacking under.
38 of 55 in this game is Shaker Mayflower, as this one's going to be dumped off to Sampson, but throws it a little too late, and Sampson can't turn it up, only gets 1.
Yeah, the speedy back Sampson wasn't able to quite put the brakes on to be able to turn upfield, but it was a good route and a good read.
As they're going to go with a 2x2 set once again on this one, Shaker Mayflower is going to take a shot downfield. That's going to go to Tanner Wilson for 12 yards, and it's going to be first and goal.
Great convert there by this Kent State offense. A really good job holding on to that ball after getting hit by 2 different defenders.
Drew Caleb with his 6th tackle in this one to go along with those 2 interceptions he got earlier, as Mayflower fires this one across the middle, has a receiver. That's going to be Mooney going for 7 yards.
And this is that Kent State offense we've seen flashes of, where they move the ball really well and keep going. Gotta be smart here. Don't give them an easy turnover.
Dejani Abu with 7 tackles in this one, as jumbo set here for the Golden Flashes. This one's going to be tossed along to the right side, to the left side, as Sampson just is able to sneak the ball across the goal line for a Kent State touchdown.
Great run there by Sampson. He made sure to get just enough and get the points on the board for his team.
And they're actually going to review this. Maybe they saw his knee go down just before crossing that plane, and I don't know what to tell you from that angle. Can't really see where the ball is at, as this one isn't a good angle either, but it does show that the ball is short.
Yeah, it definitely looks short to me too, Vinny. That's a great try by him.
Yeah, that's a great angle right there, and he will be short on that one.
Yeah, I'd give it about 5 doll hairs short right there.
As they do in fact reverse that, so that will take the touchdown off the board for this Kent State offense. The good news is, though, they have 3rd and goal upcoming from the half-inch yard line, as they're going to look to go jumbo set once more. All the Ducks are at the goal line. They go fullback dive as Joshua Ashworth gets a touchdown.
First career rush by Ashworth, and he makes it worth it. Great job by Kent State, able to finally put together a complete drive.
Finding themselves in the end zone for the first time, the freshman out of Villa Grove, Illinois. First career touchdown for him, as they're going to go onside kick on this one. Oregon's lead is now cut 51-10, as Oregon will in fact get the onside recovery, and shedding a couple tackles, making his way down the field. He's down to the 30, still breaking tackles, but finally brought down is Neil Peck.
Great job there by Peck. He just bounced around trying to make anything he can. I guess Oregon had taken a little bit of the Mighty Ducks and tried a flying V there.
Yeah, and the onside recovery by the onside kick team, you know, that's one of the rarest things you can see out there. But the onside kick return for a touchdown, I think that might be even rarer. Kent State just saved us from seeing that rarity. As right here, Oregon's going to work out of the shotgun. They're just going to hand it off to Hendricks, going right up the middle. He finds a crease and able to scoot his way down inside the PX1 Sports red zone.
Yeah, great job bobbing and weaving in there by Hendricks. Every time that you thought the hole was going to fill up, he was able to find another one and just attack it.
Lance White with his 9th tackle on this one, the sophomore out of Franklin, Tennessee. As once again operating out of the shotgun is Brandon Gauchi. As they're going to send Stivers in motion on this play, looking to change it up a little bit. As Gauchi is now going to start working that clock. As they're down under 2.5 minutes left to play in this one. Down to about 10 seconds on the play clock, so this will be snapped at about 2:10 left. As they do have a 1st and 10 here at the 11-yard line, maybe the 12-yard line. Gauchi gonna look to take to the air, fires this one to the right side, and that's gonna go for a gain of 4 to Michael White.
Yeah, great job by the Oregon O-line. They gave Gauchi all the time in the world he needed for a receiver to get open. Makes the smart read, gets the throw under, and keeps the drive going.
Quick update over on Twitch. That one has gone final. Notre Dame hanging on to win that one. 51-7 over NIU. As we are down under 2 minutes here in this one. Oregon still leading us 51-10. As they're in clock killing mode in this one. 2nd and 6 upcoming there at the 8-yard line. As it'll be under 1.5 minutes once this one is snapped. As Gauchi takes the snap, fires it to Michael White, but takes a shot by Maverick Rivers.
Yeah, Maverick Rivers is being a headhunter today. It seems like every hit he puts on this Oregon team is a big one.
Yeah, and if you watch on that replay, Rivers isn't even focused about the ball. He is staring down the soul of that Oregon wide receiver and ends up delivering the shot on that one. As you can see right here, 5 of 11 on 3rd downs has been this Oregon offense. Really started out hot on 3rd down, and as the game wore on, Kent State finally started to find something to start slowing them down on 3rd downs. Just couldn't keep it up with the entire length of the game, as that right there is going to bring us under 1 minute in this game. 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Oregon Ducks as they'll snap this one from the 3-yard line. Under 50 seconds to play once the snap is away. This goes to Hendricks as he rails his way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Hendricks there, being able to push over that line and get the 1st down. You got to wrap him up in the backfield, not let him get momentum.
And don't forget, everybody, coming up at 8:30 CST on Twitch and YouTube, we'll have 2 more games as Tom Hendricks finds his way into the end zone once more, extending the lead. On Twitch at 8:30 CST, you will have Bowling Green taking on the West Virginia Mountaineers. And over here on YouTube, you will have the Eastern Michigan taking on the Clemson Tigers. Stay tuned for both of those games. Expect it to be an exciting one as Oregon has now extended their lead 58-10 with 9 seconds to play.
Yeah, we're going to see if Kent State can make a miracle happen here on this kick return.
And, you know, we just talked about the 2 games that we have later up. Which one do you think is the more exciting matchup in that one?
Man, Clemson looked like they were off to the races on week 1. That's got to be an exciting one to watch for sure. But, you know, Bowling Green at West Virginia, Bowling Green almost upsetting Notre Dame, and West Virginia holding that really good win. I think that one's going to be the big one.
Logan calling out for the potential upset alert, so everybody be on upset watching that one, as this should be the final play in this one as Sampson goes for 5 yards. And that will, in fact, end this game as Oregon is going to beat Kent State 58-10. And Logan, go ahead and wrap this one up for us.
Oregon did a great job establishing the run early and keeping everything moving. If you're Kent State, you just got to look towards next week and see everything you're doing right and try to limit those mistakes and be more efficient.
And I want to give a thank you to everybody in chat that joined us here today. And I want to give a thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, our executive producer, Mike Peters, and of course my broadcast partner, Logan Mitchell. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, I'm Benny Mixon. You've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube, and I hope to see you back here at 8:30 Central Time for the Eastern Michigan and Clemson Tigers game.